app came up, and I'm done. So anyhow, I'm Mark Robinson. I live about an 8-iron from here, that way. Actually, it's more like a 4-wood. I have a company that I started. I had no intention of doing it. I make chairs, and the impetus was the COVID virus. I'm a member of some clubs, and I used to go to church, and we were so careful about being indoors. I went on YouTube, and I made a chair, and it looked a lot like this, only it was full size. And so I'm obsessive compulsive, as you can see. So this is my front yard at my house on Southeast 8th Street. So I started building chairs, and I built picnic tables and benches, and I pretty much filled up my whole front yard and invited our clubs to come over, and we'd have our meetings. Well, the city was so impressed with me that they fined me and threatened to take my house. Okay, but the city loved me, and they came out. The Star Banner came out, the paper, and they did a story. It was an 8-photograph story, and they wanted me. They made me a hero, and of course now I call the city calls me the chair villain, and so I'm somewhere in between. But this is what I do, and what I found out is I love woodworking. I just absolutely love to get up in the morning, my own schedule. I go outside, and I just start producing stuff. I don't have any agenda. I shut off when I get tired. I think the secret I've learned is if you can do something and make money at it, that's a real happy place to live. And what it also did for the community, I've lived in the same place for 16 years here on Southeast 8th and 11th Avenue. There's neighbors that I had never met, but because I do these in my front yard, you can see there's a sidewalk over here. I started meeting all my neighbors because they would see me out in the front yard, and they would come over. They had a place to sit, and it was far enough away that we all felt comfortable. And so I started introducing, we have a car wreck at the stop sign. All the people would come out because they'd hear the sirens, and they'd all congregate in my yard. So I'd have like 20 people in my yard, like for the wreck, right? And so I'm introducing this guy to that guy. They lived here for 10 years and never met each other. And so I have a backyard that's bigger, but I keep doing it in the front yard because it's where the action is. And people drive by, and they'll say, "How much are your chairs?" And I have to be careful. And I have to say, they're not for sale. In fact, I have a sign, not for sale, to let the city know. And the city, in all fairness, really, the city has been fair with me. I don't want to demonize them. In fact, they are the ones that directed me towards the downtown market. And so Saturday, thanks to Tito and Dawn, I had my first downtown market experience, and it was fantastic, way beyond what I thought I would ever do. Now, the problem with that is I'm busting my butt trying to put the orders together. So now this morning, instead of going out there and working leisurely, I have a schedule. I have to work to get my orders in because they're all complaining I haven't done them fast enough, and I made promises. So I'm going to have to change a little bit. I might have to get some help, but that's probably a good problem, wouldn't you think? And it's going to help the community. These are my kids. That's Abby and Savvy. They're 3 years old. They're sisters. They're with me all the time. We go to the dog park. I put 2 at the dog park, okay, because there was 45 people out there 2 Sundays ago and 8 chairs. But somehow the city took them out and confiscated them. So, sorry. I'm a retired pilot. That's Henry Kissinger. I used to fly him. I flew him a lot through China. That's me as a kid. I used to work for Continental Airlines. And then those are my real daughters right there. So what can the city do to help me? You know, they've been fair. I think they need to use some common sense. And as a pilot, during an emergency, you get to do stuff that you normally can't do. You do whatever it takes to be safe, right? So we're in a pandemic. And during a pandemic, it's an emergency. So I wish they would relax and let us sell chairs to the public. All right, maybe put some restrictions on it, because we need to be careful. People are dying. So use some common sense. But in general, this is a very good place to live. And I would say that the city has been very fair. In fact, the guy that wrote me my ticket, he and I have become friends. And he comes over, his name's Hector. And we're not buddies, but we're coexisting. And we laugh and joke, and we take things lightly. So I think the community, having a local business like this is really a benefit for all of us to work for ourselves. Now, the last thing I'm going to say, I make these boxes. So I'm going to give this to you, Patrick, in case you want to buy these from me. We'll put them in the boxes that I make here in Florida, in Central Florida. I've given this one to Jess. You've got a 3-year-old. And I've given away a lot of boxes. And I have to tell you, and chairs. It has been the biggest blessing. Honestly, I was selling these for $40 on Saturday, and I've decided to drop it down to 20, and just to sort of give something back. So thank you guys for letting me be here. I'm gonna start joining in on the Being Cups, and appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Why don't you stay up there,
Okay.
Mark?